I'm the adorable Nimbe, super cute, super fluffer. You know the drill. I know I left you off on a bit of a, oh my gosh, kind of a situation. We were just sorting out whether or not Hifumi stole the letter from Taka or vice versa. And then I was like, lol, let's continue this next time. But like, it's literally the next day. So like, he didn't wait very long. It's fine. Let's continue. So, yep, we searched the body, saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper.
Right about this,
here we go.
The sheet of paper this piece came from is...
the note that Hifumi had down his pants.
I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Down his pants.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Yeah.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Hey, we grabbed it off
Taka died
him.
clutching the note.
Yep.
Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip,
But only managed to get like 80%
leaving
of it.
behind only one small scrap.
Yep.
Did I get all that right?
You did. Good job, Sakura.
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
No, he's
Sorry,
not.
no.
Stop being stupid, Hiro. Someone make him stop talking.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
That is true.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
They're always together.
Trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
What?
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
Oh my god. Shh. It's just
And what might that be?
Just shush.
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
The weapon.
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file,
God,
the
he
way
can read?
Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Maybe.
So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
That's
But
true.
wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
Okay.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
I don't agree with him. Oh
He's
my
right,
god.
though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments.
But one of the hammers in the repository was very, very clean, which means someone must have used it and then cleaned it.
But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
The room was full of
Personally,
hammers.
I haven't a clue.
Because you did it. Oh,
So which
Celeste.
hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
I don't.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
No, I guess not.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
That room was full of hammers.
I don't think it is possible.
Oh my god.
They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
Well, shit, yeah, he got a point.
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The clean hammer in the repository is what was used. Sakura? The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Oh my god, this case is crazy. I just want to get it done with. Somehow I have to find the truth. Why do I have to do it every goddamn time? I'm fine, everybody. I'm okay. I'm okay. Spotless hammer. All right. We can do it. We're nearly done. We can get through this. This is the third episode.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
A hammer.
Was it Justice Hammer 3?
No, it wasn't.
Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
No, it wasn't.
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out.
What?
How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Because they weren't
Sounds like
carrying
Justice
it.
Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Maybe.
Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
No.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
No. What about
No, that's wrong.
the spotless hammer in the repository? Silly bitch. I'm a genius.
The murder
do you know
weapon
that?
wasn't
I'm
a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
Well, it wasn't completely different, but
But, seriously? A different weapon?
it's the same.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi.
Yeah, they could have.
Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder.
Probably.
If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
Makes sense.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones,
Sounds like climb on rocks.
and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
Yeah.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Yes, exactly.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Well, loose
Hold on a
ends.
moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
Why?
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
There isn't. But if he's a simp,
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
we did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together, but like that doesn't mean that it's, doesn't happen. Like someone could just wanna, I don't know. Like, yeah, you don't gain anything from it, but like also, why not? I don't know.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder,
Uh-huh.
only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive.
Yep.
Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
I don't think so.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right?
Right.
In this case, however, there were two murders.
Son of a, I lost my thing. Can we really say there's no chance two people work together?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only
Yeah.
the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply
I
impossible
pressed the wrong
that two
button.
people work together.
Shoot!
I pressed the wrong button. That's not. I wanted to
Based
copy.
on the rules, even if
I
more
wanted
than
to
one, only the one
copy.
who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true,
Thank
it is simply
you.
impossible. that
Simply
two-
impossible.
But that only really applies if in this case, however,
No!
there were two murders.
Oh no! Every time. This is what takes me
Based on
so
the rules,
long.
even if more than one, only
Shut
the
up.
one who actually, assuming the rule holds true, it is
Not
simply impossible.
impossible.
That
It's
is.
not
But that only really applies.
impossible.
In this case, however, there were two murders.
Ooh, I missed it. Son of a bitch. Okay. There were
Based
two
on the rules
murders.
that have been laid out, even if more than
Hold
one,
on.
only the one who
Let me
actually
shut up.
assuming the rule holds
Celeste,
true.
Celeste, I'm running out of time.
But that
Celeste,
only really in
Celeste,
this
I'm running
case,
out of
However,
time.
there were 2 murders.
Okay, there were no mother. Okay.
Based on the rules, even
Okay.
if more than one, only the one who actually carried out.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna make it slow.
Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply
How do I?
impossible
Oh, that's
that
how I
two
do it.
people work together
No.
on this.
Aha.
That is how the rule was.
But that only really applies if there's in this case.
No, that's not it. How do I do it? How do I slow down time? No, don't go away. Ah. My God.
Based on the rules that have been laid out, even if more than one, only the one who
Shush.
actually carried out the act, assuming the rule
Shush.
holds true, it is simply
All right,
impossible.
simply
That is how the
impossible.
rule was.
But that only really applies if there's 1 murder, right? In
Right.
this case, however,
There.
there were 2 murders.
Okay, that didn't work. Shoot. That didn't work.
Based on
Okay.
the rules that have been laid, even if more than one person is only the one who
Yeah,
actually
okay.
carried, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply.
That is how the rule.
But that only
Yeah.
really applied in
What
this
if we
case,
tried
however,
this?
there were 2 murders.
Okay, there were 2 murders. All right,
Based
so
on the
2
rules that have
murders.
been- even if more than one person is complicit,
Okay.
in only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate
Okay.
and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply.
Ooh, 2 murders.
No, that's wrong.
Life is pain, and I live it.
Since there were 2 murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
Yep. Exactly.
What do you mean?
Exactly. It's exactly right.
If there'd only been 1 murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering.
But there were 2.
Naturally, if only 1 person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The
Yep.
payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And
Maybe.
based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka.
And then the real
They
killer.
made him carry out the first murder so he
Betrayed.
couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning.
Of course.
Still, their choice of accomplice seems
Well,
odd.
there had to be someone that would go with them. Can't just be anyone. Not anyone's going to do it. Had to be someone that would go along with them and believe them. The effort made to convince us the 2 murders were the same. There has to be a main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that, but she's not telling us because she's a bitch, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko is just, she's really amazing. No, she knows so much and she's not telling anyone. When you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at
I
it.
understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
Had to be someone that he
That's
trusted.
problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi, and, like, obviously it was probably Celeste. Damn it, Celeste. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. It was Celeste.
Here's my answer.
Baby girl, how could you?
It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Yep.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
Oh god, he's agreeing with me.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
Yep.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Yeah, he does
Is
like
that
you.
so?
It is. Throughout the investigation,
is.
there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Oh god, me and Byakuya are like together on this. Oh god. What it is that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? Encountering the suspicious individual.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't
I
it?
have an itchy eye. There we go.
The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Okay, fuck.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi
Okay,
ever laid eyes
shit.
on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct?
Yeah?
And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
She went to the bathroom? So a shadow, yeah. She saw something and everyone ran away.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
Mm-hmm.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
Oh, it wasn't very
and when we'd all
blood-curdling.
come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
That it was on the third floor?
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab,
Yeah.
it was time for her partner to get to work.
Fair. Would yell and oh, she's dead.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In
Yes.
fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Yeah, that is true. She was acting very sus, but like because I like Celeste, I didn't really see it at the time, but
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
yeah, they do.
And on top of that piercing cry of yours early on.
It wasn't very piercing, but like yeah.
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
Was it that loud?
I just realized another strange thing.
Honey, we were
When we
told to
found
shut up.
Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
What? You certainly were not expecting this? I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered.
Yeah.
You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
Perhaps.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Oh, poor
Each
Hina.
piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
Oh, what was it? I don't remember.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys did. Those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
She didn't know
Then pay
about
attention.
Taka?
Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room.
Yeah. So how did Celeste know that Taka was dead at that point? She didn't know.
Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office.
Yeah, she didn't know that Taka was, or she wouldn't have known.
Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Yeah. Shit.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
Because you're stupid, honey. It's okay.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said?
Patronizing
If you're
prick.
really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Oh, we got you. Yakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. Then it doesn't. But what is he alluding? Oh my god, come on now, Makoto. Jesus Christ. Makoto. My god, Makoto. Okay. Alright, we got this. We're so close to finishing.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here.
Yeah?
We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it?
Yeah,
what
it
was so
is.
strange about Celeste's comment?
Yes, I know. He's like, what was so strange about it?
They must really enjoying the sight of
Hold
us.
on,
They must
hold
be,
on.
We are all going
Hold
to die.
on.
We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Yep.
And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this.
Uh-huh.
It's obvious, isn't it?
It is.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Oh, calm. Okay, I wasn't gonna use the C word.
Shoot!
Okay, hold on a second. Mother of Christ. Victims were Fumi Yamada and Gadadada. Cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon, and that's it. Okay, well that's not... this is
All
fine.
I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be.
We are all going to die here.
Yep.
We are going to die, just like
And that
Yep.
is all I said.
And that's all it takes to
Yep.
finish. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Shush, Byakuya. I'm a genius, okay? Shut
All I
up.
said, they must really,
Really
enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to.
We are going to die,
Like
just
those
like those.
guys, because you shouldn't
No,
have
that's
known
wrong.
that they were both dead. That's what was so strange. Oh my god.
That's
I'm
right.
fine.
There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died.
Jesus Christ.
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Here we go.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
Yep, that's correct.
So how did you know, Celeste?
Yeah. Unless she
How
planned
did you
it.
know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys?
Oh yeah, true. Could have been
Because
this chick.
Kyoko had also disappeared, right?
Could have been a girl.
So she could have been dead too.
You're right.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Oh, Celeste.
Imagination.
Yeah, he's like, I don't imagine
You
shit.
claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
That was just to make you look good.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
Well, duh, but how?
So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit.
Oh, God. This is
Plus,
taking
I happen
forever.
to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Magic.
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Yeah, Kyoko.
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
Like, maybe you just put the suit together and made it look like he was being dragged away and, like, took the picture and then put it on Hiro? Or maybe while Hiro was drugged up, you just put him in that position to make it look like that?
No, there is no other explanation.
Okay, all that. Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, it could have been him dragging Hifumi and the suspect had been drinking, Hifumi and the suspect were dancing, Hifumi is dragging the suspect away.
Got it!
That's what it is.
It's
He's
not
dragging
a picture of the suspect dragging
Hiro.
Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Yes.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
He's dragging Hiro away.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
Yeah, that's it.
And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
But you wouldn't notice that Hiro was knocked out.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Yeah.
Such a thing.
That's why they had to do the costume, because if he wasn't wearing the costume, the picture would show that Hiro was knocked out.
Is utterly impossible.
Oh my god, baby,
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Okay.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Oh, she getting mean. Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect. Well, stay tuned next time for hopefully what will be the finale of this case. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you then. Bye.